Hello everyone. The today lecture is for the electromagnetic wave propagations. Okay. So in this lecture we will discuss the propagation of the electromagnetic wave with different different dielectric materials. Okay. So what is the electromagnetic waves? Okay. Basically waves are mean of transporting energy or information. Similarly, transporting system like the uh, train. Okay, a train carry the luggage and the passengers. Similarly, electromagnetic wave carry the information and energy. For example, TV signals, radar beams, and the light rays, uh, radio waves. All the waves are electromagnetic waves. Radio waves, TV signal, radar beam are the carry the information, but light signal, light ray carry the energy. So the Maxwell equation was first investigated by the Heinrich Hertz. After several calculations and experiments, Hertz succeeded in generating and detecting radio waves, which are sometimes called Hertzian waves in his honor. Okay. So in this chapter, our major goal is to solve Maxwell equation and describe EM wave motion in the following media. So we divided the media in four part. First in free space, and sigma equal to zero. Sigma is conductivity. Basically, in free space, conductivity equal to zero, and uh, dielectric permittivity equal to epsilon naught, and similarly permeability equal to mu naught. Okay. Similarly for lossless dielectrics, lossless dielectric means a perfect dielectric material, which okay, in this dielectric material the sigma equal to zero, and it contains some dielectric values. Okay, mu r and er value, epsilon r value, and the conductivity is less than omega epsilon. And case 3, lossy dielectric material. In this case, this is the not a perfect dielectric material. It contains some conductivity. Basically, this is the work as a partial conducting materials. So in that case, the sigma conductivity not equal to zero. Okay. And case number 4, this is the good conductor. Okay, it have high connectivity and is approximate ideally equal to infinite. Okay, so conductivity is greater than omega epsilon. For example, for the good conductor is a superconductor. It has also high conductivity. Okay. Now we discuss wave propagation in lossy dielectric medium. Okay. So a lossy dielectric is a partially connecting medium. Okay, imperfect dielectric or a imperfect conductor. Okay, the material is not in a perfect dielectric or not conductor. So in this case, conductivity is not equal to 0. But in case of the lossless dielectric material or a perfect conductor, okay, in case of lossless dielectric material, sigma equal to 0. Now consider a linear isotropic homogeneous lossy dielectric medium that is charge free, means volume charge density equal to 0. Okay, then Maxwell equation becomes, in this case basically we have to put up the value of rho v equal to 0. Rho v means charge density equal to 0. Okay, in this Maxwell equation, this is the 4 Maxwell equation. So for case of the lossy dielectric medium which charge free, so volume charge density equal to 0. So put if the value of the volume charge density, basically this equation is taken from the Maxwell equation number 1. Okay, and second equation is taken from the Maxwell equation number 4 and replaced by the B from the B equal to mu h, and also D replaced by the D equal to epsilon E. Okay, so and equation number 3rd and 4th is taken from the number Maxwell equation number 2 and 3. Okay, and putting the value of charge volume density equal to 0. Okay, now taking the curl of both sides of the equation number 9.3. If we take curl of the equation number 9.3, del cross Es, so the equation becomes del cross Es equal to minus j omega mu del cross Hs. We have already discussed the property of triple cross product of vector quantity. So by applying this property to this equation 9.5, then the equation becomes del bracket del dot Es minus del square Es equal to minus j omega mu bracket sigma plus j omega epsilon Es. Basically this quantity taken from the del cross H from the equation number 9.4. Okay, so equation number this del dot Es, the meaning of this divergence of the vector quantity. So divergence of a vector quantity is always 0. So remaining term is minus cancel, this term is 0, minus cancel, the remaining term equal to del square minus Es minus gamma square Es equal to 0. Okay, and gamma square equal to j omega mu sigma plus j omega epsilon. So gamma is the propagation constant of the medium. Okay, so this is the basic wave equations. Okay, by similar procedure we also can derive the equation for the wave equation for the magnetic field. Okay, so equation number 9.7 and 9.9 are known as homogeneous vector Helmholtz equation, or yeah, similar simply vector wave equation. Okay, in Cartesian coordinate 9.7 equation, for example, is equivalent to 3 scalar waves equations. Okay, we can also convert this equation into 3 scalar wave equations, one for each component of the E along the Ax, Ay and Az. Basically in X and Y direction we can explain these equations. Okay, since the gamma in equation 9.7 to 9.9 is a complex quantity, we may let alpha equal to alpha gamma equal to alpha plus j beta, where alpha is a attenuation constant and beta is a phase constant. So alpha and beta we will discuss in next slide, okay, in detail. So by using the equation number 9.8 and equation number 9.110, we can calculate the value of alpha and beta and solve out the in compact form alpha and beta. Alpha and beta. Alpha is equal to transition constant and beta is equal to phase constants. Okay. So if we assume that the wave propagate along the z direction, okay. Now if we assume the wave propagates in z direction and Es has only the x component. Suppose the x component is propagate in positive z directions, then we can represent the Es as a Exs Zax. Okay, so in that case we can represent the Es in that way. So substituting equation in the 9.7, so the equation becomes equal to del square minus gamma square Exh equal to 0. Okay, so del operator we can also written in a Cartesian forms. Okay, del square by del x square Ex xh plus del square Exs del by del y square plus del square xh by del z square minus gamma square Exh equal to 0. Okay, so we have already discussed the wave x component of the wave propagate in z directions. Okay, so variation in x direction and y direction is 0. Okay, so that differentiation of the this term, double differentiation of this term with respect to x and y equal to 0. So remaining term is this term. So d square by dz square minus gamma square multiply Exh equal to 0. So this is a scalar wave equation in linear homogeneous differential equations. Okay, now we can write the complete wave equations. Okay, so complete wave equation we can write for the x component and propagation in the z direction, sorry. Okay, so Exh equal to e naught e the power minus gamma z plus e naught dash e gamma z. Okay, so here two component. First component is represent the wave propagate in positive z directions, and second component represent the wave propagate in negative z directions. Okay, if we assume the wave is propagate in positive z direction, okay, okay, if the wave propagate in positive z directions, then e dash dot is e dash dot equal to this term equal to 0. Okay, so e naught dash equal to 0, so remaining term is only the e naught e the power minus gamma z. So gamma equal to alpha plus j beta. Okay, now we want to calculate the real part of the this equation. Basically this is the complex equation. So here at e and put up the value and also we put up the time factor in this equation. So in the right hand side we put the multiply by a e the power minus j omega t time factor. So real part of the e x h z e j omega t. So putting the value of ex from here, then and put up the value of gamma alpha plus j beta. So the equation is becomes re e naught e minus alpha z e the power j bracket omega t minus bz. Okay. So finally we can write the equation in sinusoidal form equal to e zt equal to e naught e minus alpha z cos omega t minus bz and ax unit vector. Okay. Now we plot the magnitude of the E vector. So this is the magnitude of the E vector, and in this equation you can see this line show the attenuations of the electromagnetic wave in z directions, and this curve show exponential minus e to the power minus alpha z. Okay. In similar way, we can also define the magnetic field vector. Okay. So magnetic field vector also we can define in this way, and putting the h naught equal to e naught by eta. Eta is a intrinsic impedance of the media. Okay. So basically this is the complex quantity and knows the intrinsic impedance in ohm of the medium. We can write eta equal to root j omega mu divided by sigma plus j omega e epsilon, and in the form of the magnitude and angle, magnitude of the eta and angle theta n. Okay, and also we can write the in polar format. This is the magnitude and this is the angle of this tangent of the intrinsic impedance, and theta n vary from the 0 to 45 degree. So by putting this equation in 9.20, it gives the h vector, and this h vector we can convert into the sinusoidal forms. Okay. So the wave propagate along the az directions. Okay, and it decrease or it attenuate in amplitude by the factor of e the power minus alpha z. Hence alpha is known as attenuation constant or attenuation coefficient of the medium. It is measure of the spatial rate of the decay of the waves in the medium and measure in the Nepper per meters. Okay. 1 Nepper denote the reduction to 1 by e or e to the power minus 1 for the original value. So 1 Nepper equal to 20 log 10 e equal to 8.686 dB. So for converting the Nepper to the dB, this equation is helpful. Okay, to solve the numericals. So always we have to remember these equations. Now from 9.13 we notice that if sigma equal to 0 is the case for the lossless media and free space. Okay, in that case alpha equal to 0, attenuation is also equal to 0, and the wave is not attenuate and it propagate only, and the quantity beta is a measure of the phase shift per unit length in the radian per meter. That is called the phase constant or wave numbers. Okay, so wave number also we can that in term of the beta, the wave velocity mu and wavelength lambda are respectively given by the mu equal to omega by beta. Beta omega is a angular velocity and beta is a phase constant, and in also we can calculate the lambda from 2 pi by beta. Okay. We also notice equation number 9.19 and 9.24 that the E and H are out of the phase by the theta n at any instant of the time due to the complex intrinsic impedance of the medium. Thus, at any time E lead H or H lags E by theta n. Okay. Finally, we notice that the ratio of the magnitude of the conduction current density Jc to that displacement current density Jd in a lossy medium is given by. So, basically this is the ratio of the conduction current density to displacement current density, which is equal to minus magnitude of the sigma Es divided by magnitude of the j omega epsilon Es. Okay, Es cancel, only term is sigma by omega epsilon, so equal to tan theta. So tan theta equal to sigma by omega epsilon, where the theta is known as loss tangent and theta is a loss angle of the medium. Okay. The figure 9.2, okay, the figure 9.2 represent the loss angle of the lossy medium. Okay. A medium is said to be a good lossless, a perfect dielectric if the tan theta is very small. Okay, in that case, sigma less than lag by omega E. Or yeah, for good conductor, if the theta is very large, sigma equal to greater than omega epsilon. Okay. From the viewpoint of the wave propagation, the characteristic behavior of the medium depend not only its constitutive parameter sigma, epsilon, and mu, but also on the frequency of the operations. Okay. So the material properties basically vary according to the frequency variations. Okay. A medium that is the regarded as a good conductor at low frequency and may be a good dielectric at high frequency. Okay.